everyday carry squirrel, or your everyday carry squirrel. Hope everybody's having a good one. I have gotten a new knife, so it is a new knife day for me. Woohoo! Who doesn't like getting new stuff? Anyway, just to open the box, don't even know what's going on. I recorded myself cutting this box open, and I completely inked up my hand and also realized I didn't have my microphone plugged in. So, we're doing it from here. But anyway, new knife day today, and I'm excited. Let's see what we got here. We have my first. Now, I don't know if I'm saying this right, because this one is new to me. I have a lot of Civivi. I've got quite a few Kaiser. I've even got some CJRB, some Kershaws. This is my first Miguron knife. I had looked at Miguron knives before, and I had actually planned on purchasing one some time ago, and then I got some news that they were releasing something different, and it intrigued me. So I decided to wait, and then I put my order in. Just got it. This is the Miguron Moyarl, except this isn't your regular Moyarl. And again, like I said, I had planned on purchasing this before to check out Miguron knives before. This is my first one. And I was eager to see. I've heard people sing praises about Miguron knives. So, of course, I get curious. And I've really been loving Civivi. I've really been loving Kaiser. But I'm always open to checking out new manufacturers. And a lot of people recommended this one. Okay. Let's get this puppy open. Let's see what we got. Now, it's been a while since I looked into this, but the Moyarl was one that I remember wanting to get early on. We've got Moyarl knives. What is this? This is oh, you know what? My light's not even on. I thought I turned my light on. Thankfully, the lighting in here is on. Not too bad. Oh, now it's super bright. Good Lord. There we go. Yeah. Not my first time doing videos, but sure seems like it. All right. So this is their precautions, cleaning, maintenance, and also other knives that they have. There we go. All right. So that little card. We got a little cleaning cloth. I have so many cleaning cloths. My first Miguron one, though. And sitting on top with some soft foam and desiccant, we've got Moyarl. Now, unfortunately, this might not be one I'm going to be able to carry a whole lot. It might not matter too much, because generally I like to stay at knife lengths or blade lengths of 3 inches and below, because depending on where I happen to be going, those blade lengths can be heavily regulated. Got some stuff on here. Let's wipe that off. Oh, good. Wipes right off. Not sure what that was. But different places will have different regulations, and in my case, generally like to stay under like 3 inches or less. In some cases, you would have to go as low as 2.5 inches or less. So I might not exactly be using this on a daily outside excursion. However, indoors, I'll probably be putting it through its paces. This is, again, like I said, called the Miguron Moyarl. I hope I'm saying that right. Moyarl? Moyarl? No, it's Moyarl. Good God, I've been probably saying that horribly wrong. And the blade on this one is 3 1/4 inches long. a stone-washed 14C28N blade. So 14C28N steel. One of my favorite steels for a budget knife. And beautiful, beautiful looking blade. That came out pretty solid. Let's try that again. Wow, that sounds nice. Okay, from the looks of it, let's take a look. Perfectly, it's kind of hard to see here. Perfectly centered when nestled inside the handle. And what makes this one special over the Moyarl, good God, what makes this one special over the Moyarl that I was going to get previously was this one somewhat recently came out. I don't know exactly when this came out. I just know that it was recent and has now in my case, this is black coated PVD or black PVD titanium scales. And I think the titanium scales was a new thing for the Moyarl. The Moyarl itself having been out for a little bit. But I wonder what kind of scales those had. I forgot. It's been a little while since I've looked at these. So let me see what kind they came with before. But I was curious about them because again, I never owned a Miguron knife before, and a lot of people have mentioned it. I think I've hesitated because the length of the blade, and which would end up limiting its use for me. But okay, so they would come with, okay, those are titanium. Oh no, those are G10 handles. So I guess they normally came with G10 handles, and the titanium scales are a new thing for Miguron. And once I found out that they were coming out, I just had to wait and then get the new titanium scales. Another reason being is not only is the titanium scales a draw, but usually you won't see something like that on knives this affordable. This, at least the time of this video, on Amazon is just under $76, which to me is friggin' fantastic. Because you got the 14C28N blade, and in this case, black PVD titanium handles. They have another version where it's a gray PVD titanium handles. Again, for just under $76. The gray PVD also has a darkened 14C28N blade. I generally prefer non-coated blades. So another reason why I wanted to get the black handled one. You've got a thumb hole to open. Interesting sound. It's like a thunk, but still kind of fun. I've had thumb hole blades before. I'm not a fan of like the spider. I don't know. Spydercos look weird to me. I'm not saying they're great knives. I keep hearing praises for Spydercos, but they always look really weird. I've got maybe one other knife that's got a thumb hole that's really small, and I was never very fond of the ones that I handled, but this one feels good. I can get my thumb in there easily enough to operate the blade, or in this case, you've also got a crossbar lock. That seems pretty solid. You can open it in that fashion. Let's take a look at that crossbar lock again. Let's see, we got no play whatsoever on the blade. That feels really good. What do we have? Do we have a reversible pocket clip? Not exactly deep carry, but pretty close. You got a little bit that's gonna peek out above your pocket. The crossbar springs feel pretty solid. Very smooth. Just a little bit of resistance, not like free floating, but a little bit of resistance, not much. And okay, detent doesn't appear like it's going to open up. It'll click. Oh, there we go. So it'll still open up with some force. That's not major. I've got a lot of knives that'll open up if you flick them hard enough. I mean, knife blades can be pretty heavy. So all you have to do is just throw the weight around a specific way, and you'll probably get most knives to open up with a flick of the wrist. But otherwise, pretty solid. Again, no movement on that blade. Beautiful looking blade. Nice fat drop point. I don't know if that's hollow. No, that's flat ground. Yeah, flat ground blade. Again, 14C28Ns, probably my favorite steel for knives in this price range. And beautiful black PVD titanium handles. My first Miguron. I hope I'm saying these names right. Good grief. I have a hard enough time with English. Hope I'm saying the names right. But my first Miguron, and this is a total winner. Especially for the price. I still can't believe $76, just under $76 for titanium scales and a 14C28 blade. That blows my mind. Because I'm still seeing a lot of blades in this price point that are like, say, on Nitro V. I still like Nitro V, but I still see a lot of Nitro V blades at this price point. Even some D2 at this price point, which is probably I'm not saying I dislike D2. I think D2 is perfectly fine, but I would consider that in comparison to Nitro V and 14C28N, probably the lower of the trio, the Nitro V being in the middle and the 14C28N being just above that. But yeah, otherwise I don't really see too many with a titanium scales at this price point, which makes this knife a very particular steel, in my opinion. Great price, my first one, and I am very happy with it. And that's a problem because I am very happy with it. And as a collector, that means I'm going to want more. I'm just going to sink myself deeper and deeper on these. But beautiful blade. I don't know if that's oil. I might oil the pivot point a little bit. And not that it seems like it really needs it. It's got a little tightness to it, or maybe if I can loosen up a little bit. Like I said, doesn't. No, it wiggles quite a bit. There we go. That's an interesting sound to it. Not something I'm used to hearing. But then again, I don't have anything else that's a titanium scaled handle. I don't know if that's coming across really well in my mic. Interesting sound. But I like it. Feels great in the hand. You got a good amount of space to choke up on this. No jimping whatsoever on the blade, which is kind of interesting, kind of surprised. So no real grippy jimping on the back here. But you got a decent amount of choil. It's not very deep, but it's spaced out enough for me to choke up on the blade a little bit. And even without that, I still get a full Gorilla grip on the handle and the scales. The pocket clip feels fine in there. Doesn't feel awkward in any way. No more awkward than any other knife that I've handled. So it feels really good in the hand. The thumb hole is still something I got to get used to. Normally, I like a good thumb stud or flipper. I don't. Again, this is probably only the second blade I've owned that uses a thumb hole. I've played with Spydercos before, so I'm not a stranger to them. But as far as owning them, yeah, this is only the second one that I've got that actually has a thumb hole in the blade. And I could always use the crossbar lock to flip that open as well. Pretty fidgety. I like that. I like that a lot. And it looks sharp. Let's see, let's see how sharp this is. Keeping magazines for fun and cutting. Let's see how sharp this baby is. We'll cut ourselves, hopefully, a little page. There we go. I didn't want to press too hard. I just got this table. And I just got this mouse pad, so I don't want to be cutting it up too bad. Let's see how. Oh, that sharp as hell. I'm just kind of dropping. Oop, okay, that didn't do it. I was just dropping the blade on it pretty much. My girlfriend's gonna hate me. I'm making a mess. Very sharp blade. That's impressive. And I made a mess. Let's get rid of all this. There we go. Garbage. Had to get another garbage can. But really impressed with this knife. I love the look too. Now, it's not a completely neutral handle, so it's just perfectly fine. And a regular forward grip with a blade edge facing forward. A little more awkward if you get the blade edge facing back, but not too bad. I'm impressed. For my first Miguron knife, I'm very impressed. And like I said, that's going to be a problem, because now I'm going to want to check out more. What I'd like to do is, again, like I said, the blade length is a little long. I'm going to have to check out, see what I can find in a slightly shorter blade length. I don't know if they have like a differently sized Moyarl, or if I'm going to be looking at a different model, but I'd like to see something 3 inches or less, so that way I guess you can call it carrying compliance and not get in trouble for having a blade too long. And so if you guys have any suggestions on a Miguron knife that would fit that bill, something 3 inches or less of a blade, I would love to keep it as a 14C28N steel. The scales don't matter too much. I prefer G10 personally, or at least the G10 scales that I've gotten on my other knives, I've been very happy with. I haven't really been disappointed by any of them. So, I mean, the knife scale is not too big of an issue, but yeah, 3 inches or less blade. If you guys have a suggestion on a Miguron knife that fits that bill, and again, also preferably something like a crossbar lock, push button lock, I'm not the biggest fan of liner locks or frame locks, although I would probably prefer a liner lock over a frame. I have a weird thing with having that frame lock like in my grip, and I tend to gorilla grip stuff or crush things when I'm working with stuff. You should see how many game controllers I've gone through. And I don't know, I just have this weird mental thing where I fear I'm gonna move that frame lock in some weird way that it's gonna end up releasing the knife. So I tend to prefer crossbar locks, button locks, or any other lock that generally doesn't put a finger in front of a closing blade. I'll make do with frame locks, or I mean, I'm sorry, I'll make do with liner locks. Not the biggest fan of frame locks. So yeah, if you guys got a suggestion from Miguron that'll fit that bill, I'm gonna want to take a look, because this was a mighty nice first impression of a knife from Miguron. So thank you for joining me. Hope you guys had fun watching. I really would like to do more of these. So if you'd like to help out, I will put a link in the description below or I will put an affiliate link in the description below for this knife and possibly the gray PVD one, if you want to look into that. And if you're already interested in buying the knife, use my link, help me out, and that'll help keep me getting more content for you all. So it's an easy way to help me out without necessarily having to donate anything if you're going to buy the knife anyway. Other than that, yeah, mighty impressed. I am very impressed. This is quickly going to become probably one of my favorite knives. I can easily see that. But thanks again for watching. If you liked what you saw, please drop a like down below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And also, don't forget to check out those links below. And we'll hopefully see you for the next video. Thanks again for watching, and bye-bye.